Hellos and welcomes back everyone, AnthWolf here with even more Pillars of Eternity. So, let's head our way back, sell all our miscellaneous goods and then head on our way to the Northweald to continue with the side quests. And one of the quests to gain Hylea, is it the Sky Goddess's favour? No, we're going to go to Half Song. We're going to rest up in the Celestial Sapling, if I can find the words. And then we're going to sell our miscellaneous goods there as well. And then we'll head north. Did we actually unlock the passageway, the pathway? We didn't. Oh well, we'll have to go to Old Song first, but that's fine. Going to read fast mode. So let's just click over here and wait for our characters to move their butts. But yeah, in the previous episode we actually gained level 11 and realised that we need 11,000 more experience to gain the level cap. And go from there, basically. And then once we've hit level 12, we have things like maybe returning to face off against the Adra Dragon in the Endless Paths. We've made a nice collection of traps we could use. We do have, hopefully at level 12 we'll be able to enchant some better armour. And basically see what we can do all together.
Greetings.
Hello there. What do you have for sale? So really I should have went through all this before I actually started recording. We don't really need the exceptional battle axe or club. The great sword, I think we already have an exceptional great sword. Don't really need the quarterstaffs anymore. Flail, no. Mace, no. Exceptional plate armor? That's tempting. An exceptional robe, sure, we'll keep those. It's probably why some of the paladins were especially tough if they're wearing such good armor. We could sell Durance's staff, but he'd probably be pissed if we did that. So many other items. More Pale Elf Grimoires. I wonder if they have all the same stuff in. Eventually I might be bothered to check that out. Let's get rid of all the unenchanted items. Let's have a look. Fine. Exceptional. We'll keep all the exceptional quarterstaffs just in case we ever decide to use one. And I think that's it. Could enchant a large shield at the end of the game. I might just keep that one for now. We'll take one of the camping supplies. What about armor? Don't really need all these fine robes. An exceptional robe's better than actually what some of my characters are wearing. You only went fine hide armor. You see, that's... We must have something better for you. Do you have any exceptional, ooh, exceptional hide armor? There you go, see?
Greetings.
Hello. Sell that fine hide armor, and then let's rest up in the Celestial Suite. There we are. We made some more copper back. It's actually refilling what we spent when we first arrived here. Yeah, we've got 55,000 once again. But yeah, against the Adra Dragon in the Endless Pass, we do have a good selection of traps to use. We are getting more and more powerful. Our company's getting more endurance, gaining more defenses. So hopefully we can deal with it. So I recently had a someone posted saying I should be playing on the Path for the Dam difficulty, which I think, if I remember correctly, is the one that if your character dies, it's basically game over. Let's look at... Yeah. Enemies receive a bonus to most stats and encounters have many more enemies. This option can't be changed in-game. Yeah. I think you could only choose that at the beginning of the game, like when you created your character. So obviously I couldn't choose that even if I wanted to now. And obviously I could put a hard difficulty if I so chose. But we're having trouble even on normal, because I remember Baldur's Gate, I remember Planescape Torment, Icewind Dale. Even on normal, those games were meant to be punishing unless you were prepared. The Baldur's Gate at the very beginning of the game, if you built your character badly, say you want to be a wizard, a level 1 wizard, well, mage, I think they're called, is really, really squishy. Like, even if you play as like a fighter or some kind, even like bears and wolves can rip your face off. Oh. Go on, grieving mother. Oh, you actually have your dagger out.
Hmm?
There you go, that's better. Yeah, and now let's travel north to the Northweald. It's funny how that works. Yeah, larger shields can negatively impact a character's accuracy. So, find a Dyrwodian expedition by the Kilgrim's Pack. Oh. Sigarni's companion. What was his name again? Persoc? An average adventure has been added. Can I go do that for me?
Sure.
So Persoc could be around here as well, which makes sense. This is really maybe the second last area we are actually going to truly explore on the world map. Let's make a big save then, because a lot of things can happen in this area. Okay. So, sorry. Pilgrim's Camp. Find a Dyrwodian expedition by the Pilgrim's Pilgrim's Camp. They've been making the camp alongside the Pilgrim's Trail leading to Hylea's temple. I've arrived at Northweald. This is here where Fiorm and Arthrin journey to hunt a fabled giant panther, and where I may find clues to the events that transpired here. And I've arrived in Northweald, the forest outside of Twin Elms. The steps leading up to the nest are carved in the steep cliffs that border the northern edge of the wilderness. So we have a fair few things to do. It's quite a large area, it seems. Oh, what's this? Tracks and bloodstains continue further east. Well, that's not a good sign. This spear, broken in half, has ornate Glanfathan etchings along the two halves of its shaft. The wet wood shows dents stained green with moss, probably from impacts against the river's rocks. The tracks and bloodstains continue even more east. Oh, a little... Oh, wow. My latency is dropping massively here. This must be where the river's... Hello! Oh, Sinowith! You are the Dairodian scout. See, I don't really want to be involved in this dispute. I kind of feel for the Glanfathans. I kind of got to know them. Originally, when I met them, I thought they were just savages. At the same time, I don't like their playing with the Ingrifian ruins. But at least they're not the Ingrifians themselves. Sinwith hides in a tall underbush, twigs poking out of her hair. Chunks of dried mud cling waist-high to her leather leggings. Quiet, keep low. Take a look. My friends are up there over the lip of that hill. What's going on? The fangs must have caught the scent and rushed the group. She begins to run her gloved fingers over her hair and stops. The pressure snaps while the twigs stuck in her black curls. Some of my friends are still alive, but the fangs have them surrounded. The expedition, or what remains of it, has taken cover in some ruins above these cliffs. The fangs must be toying with them, or letting them starve a bit before the next attack. We need to act or they're as good as dead. How did the fangs get here? Sinrith looks to the feet, shaking her head. I cut a decoy path, set false campfires and dusted over every footprint I could find. It didn't slow them much. I'll see what I can do for you, Sinwith. She nods. Maybe we can find a way around the fangs. There's got to be another way up that ridge. You aren't dressed like my men. Perhaps you could try talking to them. They might not think you're with us. She grabs your hand, squeezing it. Please help. I already have enough friends to bury. So we've got to try and resolve the stalemate. Okay, well, we'll give it a try. The thing is, the Glanfathan's fangs may consider us scavengers as well. They may not know we have permission to actually be here. So, yeah, this could go badly for us if they view us with suspicion.
Estramore.
Fangs, bright blood. An elven woman stands beside a stag, petting the giant beast on its neck. As you approach, the animal jerks its head in your direction and rears up. The woman orders the stag to still, pulling on the skin of the stag's neck until it ceases to buck. Easy now. No need to fight. Yet. She turns to face you. One ear is missing its top half, and many battle scars raise her otherwise smooth skin. More foreigners. More unclean feet trampling on our lands. More blood to feed the trees. You should not be here, outsider. If you are here in our lands, it is either to steal from us or to aid those who would. She gestures to the north at the ruins of the Ingrifian buildings protruding from the underbrush. Dairodian mercenaries, looters. Can you hear their panicked whispers? Leave this place at once, or we'll kill you when we finish with these outsiders. Turns out I'm actually a friend of Glanfathan. She holds her gaze on you. The great stag stomps its front hooves on the ground and turns to its master. Do you speak the truth, foreigner? If you are indeed a friend, you would respect our lands and not defile our sacred soil with your trespass. If you have no bonds of kin or kith with the looters, I will give you a chance to prove it. The invaders must be purged from our lands. Prove your worth and we will believe your words. I don't really want to kill them, but we may not have much choice. I'm kind of stuck either way. I may have to deal with a confrontation. What can you tell me about these mercenaries? Raiders, looters, same as all other Dairodian thieves that pillage our lands. We tracked the Dairodians from their first step beyond the great river, and waited for them to err. They always do. We claimed half their pack in our first assault. The cowards that ran now huddle to the north, where the wind turns. You will smell their fear. If they surrender, will you let them live? Softness such as yours will not bring them to heel. Their greed knows no bounds. Their memory honours no history. What use have we of prisoners? What example do we set by letting them live? Why would we forgive them again? We don't have a positive with Twin Elms. But we do have a resolve. Because you saw where they crawl. The Fangs deserve better foes than these wounded animals. Send them home with grave warnings for their kin. The woman gazes north, her mouth a twisted scowl as she ponders your words. The great stag nudges her shoulder, and she reaches up to scratch the animal's chin. Blood was spilled, and life sprouts from a soaked ground. She looks at you with a cold glare, mutters a curse under her breath and sheaves her blade. We will let the raiders return headless. The leader must pay for the crimes. Only then may the rest go free. Go, deliver my message before I see the folly of this decision. Do you wish to see their leader dead? We wish their leader to be an example to others. Sever his head, his freedom or his family. Whichever will best warn others not to trespass into our lands. Well, I suppose that's probably the best option we could get for a peaceful resolution. Let's see what Sinrith has to say about the deal we may strike. Does she know the leader? What? Without your help, my friends are as good as dead. Well, to be fair, we'll be saving a fair few of them. But the thing is, if we try to fight the leader, everyone else may pile in. But we'll go to them with what was said. Ah, here's the mercenaries. We're just quick saved. Stop, friend or foe? A man in blood-soaked armour points his blade at you as his wounded and weary comrades flock into position behind him. A trickle of blood runs from a cup on his brow down his neck, staining a locket worn on a gold chain. You're knocking for Glanfathan. By Magran, friend or foe? Calm down, I'm a friend. Sword still pointing at you, the man gives a sideways glance at his companions and nods. The mercenaries lower their weapons. A rare and welcome sight, friends this far from home. Look at us, hiding behind the rocks and holding our guts, the Fangs. They've bloodied us and now we're trapped. Sinrith sent me. What happened? Resourceful girl. We assumed the Glanfathans killed her before coming upon us. I'm relieved she's alive. Doubly relieved she brought help. The tribesmen ambushed us as we made camp. The fight was a lopsided slaughter. In the melee, someone tripped through the campfire. We were lucky in that regard. The stench of burning flesh and the choking smoke obscured the scene, and a few of us managed to withdraw. We ran into these ruins to regroup, but now we're trapped. The face painters are just south of our position, and they have us cornered. No doubt they're happy to let us starve while they rest and rebuild their strength before attacking anew. Seems this is where we will be making our last stand. Oh, what? Why is that an option? If the hunters are to the south, can you flee to the north? We could run that way, maybe evade the Glanfathans if we're quick, but we spot a pack of panthers up there. Given the options, I'd rather some face painter kill me right quick than die slowly bite by bite to a feral cat. If I didn't know better, I'd wager those beasts are working with the tribesmen. but I'm sure they're just there following their stomachs. Just look at us, limping on our injuries and covered in blood. We must smell like a butcher's shop. At least you didn't lose your locket in the scuffle. I wonder why that's an option. I'm gonna say it just to say, like, ask it just to say to see what happens. Focusing on the positive. This is for my son, for when he's old enough to be trusted with such things. Born a few months ago. Not hollow, Hylea be praised. Told my beloved that the child would want for nothing. Probably should have also promised I wouldn't throw my life away treasure hunting in Glanfathan. He is hoping the boy gets his smarts from his mother's side of the family. I see. Well, I'm going to be truthful. I did speak to the Fangs before coming to speak to you, and they have, I've convinced them to let you go. But you must bear the punishment of trespassing and be taken prisoner. The mercenary captain blinks and arches his eyebrow in surprise. Well, if anyone could have, I suppose it would be you, but... Prisoner? If it's the only way to save my men, I'll endure it. But who's prisoner? I have room in my stronghold to take you on as a prisoner. You'll be treated well. You will hold me prisoner and that will satisfy them? So be it. I am more than willing to be held hostage if it means we all get home safe. I'm sure you'll have to keep me as a proper captive to honour the arrangement, but I understand. It's far better than being the Fang's prisoner. The captain turns to his company. Each of his soldiers stare back, pale with fear. New orders. You are to fall back. The expedition is over. Stow your gear and make for Defiance Bay at once. But, has that satisfied the Fangs? Well, they are gone. I thought we were going to have to kill the mercenary captain, but it seems they would accept us taking them prisoner. Oh, phew. For some reason I thought that was going to be the Fang's brightsword. Sinwith, her gloved hands half buried on the waves of her rebellious hair, watches your approach incredulous. You did it. We'll be chanting your name back in the gift. Everyone will know what you've done for us, I promise. I realize Esmir will need to be your prisoner if we are to honour the agreement. An odd arrangement will save the expedition. Besides, I'm sure your dungeon is far more enjoyable than whatever the Fangs do with their prisoners. But you're the type to deserve more than just praise. Coin? Weaponry? Or if nothing tangible suits your fancy, I'd gladly share my skills with you. Your skills? Sure. I'd like to learn your skills, please. I was hoping you'd say that. She removes the gloves from her hand, storing them in her back pocket. When you spend as much time as I do in the ruins, you learn to strike first and to strike without warning. She holds her estoc out in front of her, her blade parallel to the ground. The key is efficiency of movement. She walks towards you, walks you through several footwork drills that focus on quiet footfalls and measured breathing. Place all your weight in the final step when you're ready to strike. I think you've got the grasp of it. I'm honoured that I could teach you something new. She half curtsies and turns to take her leave. Esmar watches Sinrith disappear into the thick foliage, turning to face you. I'm ready, I think. He unwraps the locket from his hand and ties it around his neck. At least some of my men are leaving Glanfathan alive. Cool. We finished that mission. What did we gain? Did we just gain experience? Yeah, it looks like we just gained a hell of a lot of experience. Cool. Oh well, I'm happy with that. Let's go back up to the Ingrifian ruins. I'm surprised the Fangs actually let them go with that. Normally they're really territorial about anything of the Ingrifians. I mean, when we were on the caravan at the very beginning of the game, the Glanfathans just tried to kill us for being near the ruins, never mind actually going into them. Might as well pop our head in and explore a little. Ooh, a pearl, thank you. And a garnet, cool. Garnets are quite pricey, so it's worthwhile picking them up when we find them. Let's quick save, since we've resolved that situation. Let's have a sip of tea. Right. So we're still trying to find out what happened to Fiorm in the Blood Hunt. And apparently we did hear in the Northweald the animals here are a lot more aggressive and apparently larger. So we might find some more powerful creatures. Because you've got like elder lions rather than the normal lions you can encounter in this game. Oh.
Nice and slow.
Yeah, much like that. Holy hell. Let's see if we can get their attention.
What? Huh?
Yep.
Huh?
Itamak's not in a good position, but... see if we can take this one down before anything else. Yeah, Itamak went down. There we go. One thing I should mention as well is I think our resolve's just under one of the caps. I think we have 16 resolve as standard. And we gain +2 from sleeping in that celestial suite. If we hadn't have done that, the conversation with the Fangs may have went very differently. And we may have not had the peaceful resolution that we actually gained.
Right. Sure. Keeping quiet.
We'll deal with the smaller stake off first if we can.
My mind feels.
Let's go.
Yeah, there's a lot of these creatures actually. We just finished the bestiary for the Elder Stegars. The Elder Panthers at least. Oh. That's the wrong button. What level are they? Level 9 beasts. So they're quite reasonably tough. Hello! The soul of the panther we can commune with. I'm guessing this might be the panther that Arthur claimed to have killed. And there's a lot of blood. Over the ground hardened by dry blood and stumped leaves, the corpse of a giant stegar crawls with flies. Its flesh has been pierced and cut, as if stabbed by spears and slashed by swords. You touch the dead panther's flank. A cloud of flies stirs into the air and suddenly you feel the creature's remaining essence. The world around fades away. The pack rests. Rocks shelter the young, full bellies. You turn away and look beyond the trees. The moon breaks over the swaying canopy. A scent in the air stirs a tingling in your mouth. You slide into the shadows, the taste of hunt filling your nostrils. Light shines on the stones by the water that fall. Prey down below, two-legged, hair like dry grass. It moves near the water that flows. Thin legs, slow, noisy, unaware. It holds a sharp stick. Two-legged hunter, weak hunter, prey. Closer prey, bright moon prey, into the dark. Pain, pain on your side. A sharp stick pokes out of your flank. You roar and shake it. It snaps, breaking on the stones. Wet stones your blood. Leaves rustle. You look. Another two-legged, another hunter. Thick legs, silent steps. Striped face, strong hunter, enemy. You leap, aiming at its neck. It moves fast. Your claws find flesh, ripping it deep, ripping it down. Wet leaves, two-legged blood. It howls and fights back. Long claws cut through the air. They slash at your flesh. More pain, sharp pain. You strike, it strikes. Hot blood on your claws. Hot cuts on your chest. The world goes red. Your strength fails and you can't breathe. The two-legged hunter looks down. Wet ground, all blood. Sharp stick above its head. Bright moon over its head. Strong hunter. The world goes dark. So Fiorm defeated the Panther. Kinda completed the average adventure. We gain a minor reputation bonus with Twin Elms. Apparently we need to explore around the river. Ah. Where do I think Arthur took advantage of Fiorm's weakness? I was kind of starting to believe Arthur as well. Oh. What is going on here? You come across a clearing and see a group of Glanfathans standing in a circle. Sigourney glances from the Adra statuette to the hunters, looking for a connection. Meanwhile, the hunters turn and notice you. Their bows are drawn. 2 seconds there. That. Just gonna have a quick sip of tea. My throat constricted there. Ah, okay. A bit better now. Sorry for that. I've been recording for a few hours this morning, so my voice is starting to give out, I think. So, Sigourney's looking at her Adra statuette while we are looking at the hunters. Does the name Persoc sound familiar to any of you?
What kind of Estromor foolishness is this?
They step aside and turn to you, and as they do, you see something on the ground behind them. Lying amidst the ferns is a white stag. Dark blood mars its brilliant coat, and its sides tremble in quick, shallow breaths. You feel a presence in the beast, something ancient and familiar. Before you can speak, something thumps to the ground. You look down and see the Adra bear, its bright glow flickering.
Auric's shadow.
Sigourney draws up beside you, her wide eyes fixed on the dying stag. Her mind full of pain to have journeyed so far and found this. One of the hunters takes a step forward and Sigourney raises a bow, an arrow knocked.
any closer and you'll bleed out next to him. I never thought I'd prepared myself to meet a stranger. To share the honor and history of my village with someone who had no knowledge of us. Even someone who'd scorn our way of life.
Yeah. If you're going to do this, you've got to hurry.
I was going to tell him about the years of abundance in Persoc. How his granddaughters have hunted caribou, and his grandsons made our walls strong. But he'll be gone in minutes.
Yeah. Sagani, trust your instincts in this.
He must know that Persoc remembers him.
Sagani kneels by the fallen stag, placing her hand upon its head, and she begins speaking. She tells Persoc of prosperous decades, of the grain trade that has sustained them through long winters. She recites the stories told about him, and speaks of the new elders who have followed in his footsteps. The stag takes a final shuddering breath and falls still.
If you've finished your chanting, we need to get to work before the meat spoils.
Have you no respect? A great soul inhabited this body.
She takes the lusterless Adra figurine.
And it's gone now. What's left is our kill.
You owe Sagani an apology.
I want nothing from the tongues of these carrion eaters.
Oh boy.
Coming from people who revere stones and long-dead Adra.
She slanders the builders.
Let's all stay calm. There's no need to argue.
You Estramoran are full of useless talk.
Great. Fine. If you want to be that way, you're about to all die. And here I was trying to save your worthless lives.
What?
Alof, activate your shield. Ada, you have an ability. It's only twice per rest, but yeah.
Hey.
Dead on. My mind feels. Dead on.
I'll let Margaret's fight.
Let's go.
Well, yep. We lost reputation with the fangs there. We're now considered eccentric by them. Did we lose opinion with every single one of them we killed? Maybe we did. Did we complete that quest at long last? It's now trying to search for it, holy hell. Not the grieving mother. Ah, the long hunt, of course. We finally found Persoc. He was a stag and he'd been wounded by hunters. Nevertheless, Sigourney told him about the changes Persoc has been through and how the villagers have remembered him. I think the trial reaffirmed her sense of purpose. We found a cave, the Northweald cave. Why? Oh, I must have accidentally clicked. I tell you what, we'll stop here. We've been recording for about 40 minutes now in this part. We have plenty more of the Northweald to actually explore still. We've got a shrine up here. We need to find Fiorm's body. Probably up this pathway. Might connect here. And of course we have a cave to look into. All this fun stuff and more. Mercenary Captain Esmar has been found himself surrounded by Glanfathans. We might be able to release him in the future. We'll see how long. Oh, hello, bear. Let's pause. As I say, of course, this has been AnthWolf for Pillars of Eternity. We'll continue exploring the Northwilds in the next video and see what else is in this area that we may discover. So, until then, bye-bye now.